If you are a Cambridge IGCSE Biology student preparing for your alternative to practical paper, this video is for you. In this video, we are going to look at a real question from the 2024 IGCSE Alternative to Practical exam, and I will show you exactly how to approach the drawing that was required in the paper. On this question, students were given a figure of a biological specimen and they were asked to draw a clear label diagram based on it. This is something that comes up very often in paper 6. You are expected to look carefully at what is shown and reproduce it accurately, following the exam rules for biological drawing. Let's pay attention to a few tips for drawing in the IGCSE Biology Alternative to Practical exam question. First, the simplest thing, use a sharp pencil. Do not use a pen or colors. The drawings must be done using a pencil, and draw neatly and clearly using an HB or a harder pencil. Step number 2, do not sketch or shade. Avoid any sketchy, feathery or fuzzy lines. Use single continuous lines only. There shouldn't be any shadings, even though in the original picture, in the original diagram, there could be some color variations, color shadings. Nevertheless, you are only supposed to use single continuous lines and no coloring and no shading. Remember that. Next is draw what you see, not what you think is there. If you see a circle, make sure to draw a circle. If you see a plant leaf with 5 points, you are supposed to draw a plant leaf with 5 points, and so on. Look at the specimen carefully. Don't add any features you think should be there. Only draw what is clearly visible and no artistic interpretations. So don't try to change the diagram the way you feel. You are supposed to mimic whatever you see. Next is using correct proportions. Keep relative sizes and shapes accurate. Your drawing must fill most of the space provided. In the exams, they sometimes mention use at least more than half of the provided space. Therefore, always read the instructions and follow them. Next, occasionally they might even ask you to label the diagrams. In those cases, use a ruler and use straight horizontal lines for labelings. Do not draw arrows. The end of the line does not need to be colored like an arrow. Some students do this, and this is not a correct thing. You are supposed to only use straight lines using a ruler and a pencil, and at the end you will label what you think this part is supposed to be. Also, you must spell the biological terms correctly. Occasionally, 1 or 2 small spelling mistakes might be overlooked. Nevertheless, you are always supposed to know the biological terms correctly, and you must know how to spell them. Alright. Remember one more thing. The biological science drawings can be categorized into 2 main sections: microscopic images and macroscopic images. And these two types of drawings have their own different features. Here in this question, we will be focusing on macroscopic image, which means something that's visible to the naked eye. In another question, I will later explain how to focus on microscopic images as well. Okay, it's time to go to our question. Alright, here is the image that was given in the paper. Before we even start drawing, let me highlight a few things you should always ask yourself. Number 1, what type of organism or part is it? Number 2, what are the main visible features? Now when you pay attention to this diagram, it's clearly mentioned figure 3.1 is a photograph of a cross-section of a persimmon fruit. And you can see the cross-section. What are the main features that you can see in this diagram? First, this is more a circular diagram, and you can see at the top, bottom, left and right there are some indentations in the fruit. Next we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 visible seeds and 2 non-visible seeds. Those 2 non-visible seeds might be a little bit below the cross section, therefore they are not visible. The darker part of the seed, however, we can still see the shade of that. So we must make sure that there must be 6 seeds and 2 openings without the seeds. Next thing, we must make sure that the circular shape must be preserved with some indents in the external shape at the top, bottom, left and right. Now let's move on to the drawing. First, I must outline the outer part of the persimmon fruit. It must be quite circular with the indents that are clearly visible at the top, bottom, left and right. And then I must continue with the seeds. The seeds must be clearly drawn with 6, 7, 8 openings. In 6 of them there must be seeds, and in 2 of them there shouldn't be seeds. So I will start with 8 openings for the seeds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 6 of them I should draw the seed inside, and 2 of them should be left empty without seeds. And there is nothing else that should be drawn in the picture, so this must be a complete diagram that should receive all the 4 complete marks. Few tips that should be remembered once again. In this diagram there should not be any shadings. I'm not supposed to color the seeds like this, as it's not required in the marking scheme. In any marking scheme they will not require you to color anything or shade. Now as you can see, the flesh of the persimmon fruit looks much darker compared to the seed openings, and some students might feel like coloring this area like that, and we are not supposed to do that. That area should be left untouched without any shadings. Next thing is labelings. In the question it's not mentioned that you are supposed to label anything, therefore there is no need to label. And if you go back to the marking scheme, we'll see that there is no mention about that you should label the diagram, so that is unnecessary. So this completes the whole diagram, and with these simple features you will get 4 complete marks without any trouble. Thanks for watching. See you in the next question.